So do you believe that Jay-Z snaked Diddy?
Is he supporting him right now?
Beyonce and Jay-Z's attorney slams Piers Morgan after a guest compared them to Sean Diddy Combs during an interview on Piers Morgan Uncensored.
Jay-Z, I know that it's part of your humiliation ritual to get where you at. You had to engage in an activity with your boy Diddy, bro. You engaged in girl.
You can't control the future. I mean, you can control it up to some point. You can't control what others do. You can't control anything. Someone can run a red light, and that's the end of everything.
Did Jay reach out yet?
Nah, Bob. He ghosting.
What the f*** is this motherfucker doing? These things sweet now, because I'm in here.
It's all good. You about to get out on bail.
So, is Jay-Z finally taking a stand against Diddy?
That's it. It's big.
Cause
it's just the way he was. His honesty, his brutal honesty, you know, black and ugly as ever. However, I stay coochie down to the socks.
Rumors are swirling with claims that Jay-Z is finally stepping up against his longtime friend Diddy, not out of concern for the victims, but to protect his own public image. Word has it that he might even be summoned for Diddy's next court hearing. And given all the accusations surrounding him too, it doesn't seem too far-fetched. So what's really going down between these two former powerhouses? As we all know, over 100 victims are stepping forward with fresh, jaw-dropping allegations against Diddy. The accusations mirror the disturbing claims from before, but with even darker twists. Stories that paint an unsettling picture of what Diddy allegedly put his victims through. And if that wasn't enough to shake things up, 6 new lawsuits have just hit Manhattan federal court. Now here's the kicker. Jay-Z, once a longtime friend and powerhouse partner of Diddy, is reportedly set to testify against him. Yep, the same Jay-Z who stood shoulder to shoulder with Diddy in the early 2000s, back when they were crafting hits and owning the scene. Beyonce, then rising to fame with Destiny's Child, was even part of their elite circle, mingling with Diddy at high-profile events. I mean, who can forget their joint appearance at the 2004 MTV VMAs, or Diddy celebrating with Jay at the 10th anniversary of the iconic 440 Club. They even stunned the red carpet together at the 2013 Met Gala, and were spotted at Beyonce's sold-out 2016 Formation tour show in New York City. And it doesn't stop there. Back in 2011, Jay-Z and Diddy took a luxurious Caribbean vacation together, showing just how close they were. 4 years later, Jay hosted an exclusive dinner at his LA home with other A-listers in attendance, proving their bond was far from just business. These private moments give us a glimpse into just how deep their connection runs. And honestly, you can't help but wonder, how much does Jay-Z really know about Diddy's shady side? Before we get to that, it's clear that their connection goes way beyond just hitting the red carpet together. They've been business partners and philanthropists in some serious power moves. Jay-Z's Roc Nation and Diddy's Bad Boy Entertainment have joined forces on several major projects, while Diddy's been a key supporter of Jay-Z's Sean Carter Foundation, which helps provide educational and economic opportunities for underprivileged youth. Oh, and let's not forget that both moguls have also backed Beyonce's Bay Good initiative, showing they're in it for the bigger picture. But of course, their friendship hasn't been all smooth sailing. From public feuds to rumors of creative clashes between their teams, these two have had their ups and downs. But through it all, they've managed to stick together until now. After Diddy's arrest, federal authorities began digging into his close associates, and of course, Jay-Z is at the top of the list. In a twist that no one saw coming, they uncovered a heap of controversies surrounding Jay-Z as well. Some conspiracy theorists now believe that Jay-Z is somehow connected to the deaths of iconic music legends like Aaliyah, Left Eye, Michael Jackson, and even Tupac. Yes, you heard that right. These wild theories suggest that Jay-Z and Diddy were involved in the untimely deaths of these stars, claiming they were taken out because they refused to conform to the so-called elite rules of the music industry. As crazy as it sounds, the internet is filled with videos and posts connecting the two moguls to these tragic events. People are digging deep, looking for hidden clues, and tying together bizarre details in an effort to link Jay-Z and Diddy to the deaths of these beloved stars.
People that are attached to Diddy, that are pulling the strings. One of them is Beyonce.
Oh yeah, I was gonna talk about that.
And one of them, Jay-Z.
Yep.
This is a clue. Anytime you watch the Grammys, every single woman artist, even some guys, they always thank
Another bizarre conspiracy gaining traction revolves around the act of celebrities thanking Beyonce and Jay-Z during award ceremonies. Sure, it's normal to thank your peers, but some fans have noticed that stars like Adele, who passionately praised Beyonce at the 2017 Grammys, or Britney Spears, who gave an unexpected shout-out to Queen Bee at the 2023 People's Choice Awards, seem to go out of their way to acknowledge the couple. For instance, during one speech, Adele mentioned,
"My artist of my life is Beyonce, and this album for me, the Lemonade album, was just so monumental, Beyonce. It was so monumental."
This odd gesture left many wondering if there's more to Beyonce's dominance than just talent. Some fans believe it was a symbolic act of acknowledging Beyonce's untouchable presence in the industry, because if you don't thank her, you'd better say goodbye to your career. It's almost as if there's an unspoken rule: give credit where it's due, or risk being sidelined. Beyonce's influence is so powerful that even during moments of controversy, like the 2009 MTV Video Music Awards, her presence looms large. When Taylor Swift won the award for Best Female Video, beating out Beyonce, Kanye West interrupted Taylor's acceptance speech to declare that Beyonce had one of the best videos of all time. Then there's Lizzo, who also dedicated a big part of her Grammy speech to thanking Beyonce, calling her a huge inspiration.
Something. My man who holds me down. And lastly, because I feel like there's so many goated artists, this is my last time up here. Beyonce, whoo. In the 5th grade, I skipped school to see you perform. My sister, she got me out of school. It was literature, I'm good.
So, is Beyonce really pulling strings behind the scenes? Some people think so. And honestly, the way things are unfolding around her just adds more fuel to the fire. But what's even more unsettling is that her husband, Jay-Z, is getting dragged into some wild rumors too, almost like a mirror image of Diddy's situation. And according to some, if Diddy's troubles are bad, Jay-Z's could even be worse. Recently, Jaguar Wright, a singer and former associate of the music industry, came forward with some shocking claims. She suggested that Beyonce and Jay-Z might be hiding some pretty dark secrets, including keeping bodies in their house for, well, creepy rituals. But it doesn't stop there. Jaguar also hinted that Jay-Z has been secretly working with the feds for years, possibly to save himself by throwing others under the bus like Diddy. Jaguar dropped these bombshells during her appearance on Piers Morgan Uncensored, her first big TV moment. She didn't hold back, making accusations that were both shocking and disturbing. According to her, Jay-Z might be funding investigations into people like R. Kelly and even Diddy, probably to shift the spotlight away from his own alleged shady behavior. But that's not all. Jaguar claimed she has about 3 victims ready to testify in court about what Jay-Z and Beyonce allegedly did to them. She says the couple would intoxicate people until they passed out, then transport them to their home to do whatever they wanted. And here's where it gets even darker. Jaguar also alleged that there are bodies hidden at Beyonce and Jay-Z's residence, and that Jay-Z had something to do with Aaliyah's tragic death.
I have 3 victims right now who are willing to give testimony about not only what Mr. Carter has done to them, but his wife as well. They're a nasty little couple. They do nasty things.
Jaguar didn't stop there. She pointed out that Dream Hampton, the filmmaker behind Surviving R. Kelly, which helped fuel the #MeToo movement, was allegedly funded by Jay-Z. She claims this was all to make sure R. Kelly faced justice while he remained free, although he also had a hand in what R. Kelly did to his victims. Jaguar even connected the dots between this and the way Jay-Z and Beyonce are allegedly involved in some seriously disturbing activities, like holding people against their will and moving them around while unconscious, just like Aaliyah was when she boarded that fateful flight that led to her death. According to Jaguar, this is just the tip of the iceberg. She firmly believes Diddy is going to expose some shocking truths during his trial, and she says anyone who thinks otherwise isn't paying attention. She also called out the #MeToo movement for their silence during Diddy's downfall, asking why they haven't spoken up if they're so committed to justice. But it looks like Jay-Z might be making the first move in all of this. Before Diddy even has the chance to spill more tea, Jay-Z is reportedly already one step ahead. Word on the street is that he's doing everything he can to save himself from the potential fallout. With all these rumors swirling and the pressure mounting, it seems like Jay-Z is pulling out all the stops to uncover his tracks and protect his empire. In fact, sources say he's been quietly meeting with top lawyers, trying to stay out of the spotlight while he figures out how to navigate this storm. Some insiders are even suggesting that Jay-Z might be preparing to throw a few people under the bus if it means keeping his name clear. The best way to prove this came when Jaguar Wright dropped those shocking allegations. As soon as she spilled those disturbing details on Piers Morgan's show, Jay-Z's team was quick to jump into action. They didn't waste a second filing a lawsuit against Piers for airing what they called baseless accusations. In response, Piers Morgan quickly shut down the interview and posted an apology. But here's the big question. If those allegations were really false, why haven't Jay-Z and Beyonce sued Jaguar Wright for defamation? If she's just spreading lies, wouldn't they take legal action against her directly? Well, Jaguar had a ready explanation during the same interview. She claimed that they can't sue her because she has receipts to back up her story. That's right. She insists she has solid evidence to support her claims, and she's not afraid to take it to court. She made it clear she'd rather go through with a legal battle than stay quiet.
You want to know why there's no vindication for me? Because for 4 years, I've been screaming, not just Diddy, but Diddy and Jay-Z are monsters. And the victim-making machine kept going on.
It's astonishing to think about how long Jay-Z has been keeping a noticeable silence, especially when you look back to before Diddy's arrest. Remember the raid on Diddy's house back on March 25th? That was around the time Jay-Z started to shrink from the spotlight, almost like he could sense the storm brewing and wanted to stay out of the public eye. And now you can't help but think Jay-Z's probably sweating right now, especially after Death Row Records founder Marion Suge Knight, who's currently serving 28 years in California for voluntary manslaughter, came forward with a bombshell claim. Suge alleged that Diddy was involved in the 1996 murder of rapper Tupac Shakur, and that Jay-Z, whose real name is Sean Carter, was somehow aware of his friend's alleged criminal activities. But it doesn't end with Tupac. There are even more deaths that have been tied to Jay-Z, and we're going to dive into those a little later. These wild rumors and dangerous associations are reportedly causing massive tension in Jay-Z and Beyonce's marriage. Insiders say that the couple, despite all their public appearances of unity, has been on the brink of divorce for a while now. One insider shared, Jay and Beyonce have been able to keep their marriage together despite his admitted infidelities and shady friendships. They've kept an uneasy peace for the sake of their 3 kids and their careers, but this is becoming a bridge too far. Another source added, Jay-Z has ordered his lawyers to go after anyone trying to lump him in with Diddy with false accusations. That's why he threatened to sue Piers Morgan. But even with all the legal threats, sources suggest that might not be enough to save his marriage to the independent women warbler Beyonce. Their relationship seems to be teetering on the edge, with the cracks getting more noticeable as the heat intensifies. But enough about their marriage. Let's dive into something a little darker. The deaths that have been associated with Jay-Z. And one of the most chilling stories involves his infamous mistress, Kathy White. Kathy White was allegedly one of Jay-Z's lovers before she tragically died in 2001, under suspicious circumstances. She was found dead in her apartment, and some claim her death was the result of her being in the wrong place at the wrong time, possibly because she knew too much about Jay-Z's private life and connections. Some even suspect that Kathy White might have been silenced to prevent her from spilling secrets about Jay-Z's activities. The official cause of Kathy White's death was reported as a brain aneurysm, but many believe there's more to the story than just that. The plot thickens with a bombshell claim from Hollywood Street King, who revealed that Kathy was allegedly pregnant with a boy at the time of her death. This added layer of suspicion made the situation even more questionable. Jay-Z, who was married to Beyonce at the time, reportedly didn't want any outside children, which sparked further speculation that foul play might have been involved in Kathy's untimely demise. Things get even more chilling when an NYPD detective supposedly confirms to Hollywood Street King that Kathy's death was far from straightforward. Despite the official report stating a brain aneurysm as the cause, the detective hinted that the truth behind her death was still uncertain. This revelation raised serious questions about what really happened and whether Jay-Z's involvement went beyond just being a lover in an affair. And if you think that's where the story ends, well, not quite. Aaliyah, the beloved singer, who tragically lost her life in a plane crash, was also reportedly the object of Jay-Z's romantic interest. Dame Dash, Jay-Z's former business partner, revealed that Jay-Z was relentlessly pursuing Aaliyah, sending her flowers and inviting her to exclusive parties. But despite his advances, Aaliyah consistently rejected him.
When he did the record with Jay, that's why I was that was almost like one of the things where I was just like, he's out of here, Jake. I just let it go because I couldn't believe he did a project with her, with R. Kelly, knowing that he had raped my girl.
And after Aaliyah's untimely death, disturbing rumors began to surface, suggesting that her tragic passing wasn't just an accident. Some even claim that powerful figures in the music industry, including R. Kelly, Diddy, and even Jay-Z, may have been involved in orchestrating her death. There were even reports that Aaliyah never intended to board that fateful plane. According to these rumors, she was allegedly sedated without her consent, leaving her unconscious when she was placed on the plane. The plane took off shortly afterward, leading to her devastating and still unexplained death. After Aaliyah's rejection, Jay-Z reportedly shifted his focus to Beyonce, who, like Aaliyah, was also young when she caught his eye. This has led to even more speculation about Jay-Z's patterns of behavior with younger women, raising questions about his relationships and how far he's willing to go to get what he wants. And it doesn't stop there. Reports have surfaced that Jay-Z allegedly had a thing with Foxy Brown when she was just 15 years old. Now, if that doesn't raise some eyebrows, here's where things get even juicier. Supposedly, Beyonce, who was reportedly jealous of Foxy, didn't take too kindly to their relationship. Word is, Jay-Z helped derail Foxy's career, reportedly paying her thousands to keep quiet about their affair. But wait, let's dive deeper into the mystery surrounding Jay-Z's connection to Tupac's case. Allegedly, Jay-Z had something to do with eliminating Tupac after he got scared that Pac might spill some serious tea about him. This all came to light after Gene Deal, Diddy's former bodyguard, started making waves with some bombshell claims and interviews. According to Deal, there was a time when Tupac had a major issue with Jay-Z.
But Jay-Z was not coming out that room. He had to call Chaz, which Chaz called Big D. Big D called Eric B. Eric B and them called Suge Knight. And they called, and Suge said, yo man, that ain't me, that's Pac with his wild ass. And Suge Knight told Pac to give Jay-Z a pass.
For context, Deal recalled how Jay-Z was hiding in a hotel room before a show in Las Vegas, refusing to come out because Tupac had somehow caught wind of his performance. Deal even mentioned how it took a bunch of phone calls, including ones to Suge Knight to make sure nothing went down. Suge allegedly told Pac to give Jay-Z a pass so he could perform, even though Pac was hot on his trail. Now, why would Pac have an issue with Jay-Z? Some speculate it could have to do with Jay working with the Notorious B.I.G. on the track Brooklyn's Finest from his Reasonable Doubt album in 1996. Biggie made a clear reference to Tupac on the track, rapping, "If Faith have twins, she'd probably have 2 packs. Get it? 2 packs. It was enough to spark tensions, but the story doesn't end there. Irv Gotti, in a 2020 Instagram Live with Fat Joe, even revealed that he told Jay-Z not to work with Biggie on that track. He feared that it would make Jay-Z seem like he was playing second fiddle to Biggie. Gotti's logic was that Jay needed to establish his dominance in New York before trying to conquer the West Coast, where Tupac was king. DJ Clark Kent also mentioned that Jay-Z had recorded a diss track aimed at Tupac, but it never got released because Pac tragically passed away. Jay-Z later performed it at the Apollo Theater, which keeps the mystery alive. And as for Diddy, well, the man's been tied to Tupac's case for way longer than most people realize. And let's just say there are a few folks out there who can back up that claim. But what about Jay-Z in all of this mess? Sources say Jay-Z is absolutely stressed and pissed over these claims linking him to accused S-Teaker P. Diddy. Now, Diddy's legal issues have taken a major turn. The music mogul is facing federal charges for racketeering, S-Teaking, and all other kinds of nasty stuff after a grand jury came down hard on him. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. Word is, Diddy's looking at up to 120 lawsuits in the near future, piling on top of everything else that's been thrown at him this year. Now, Diddy's out here denying everything. But man, with all these allegations, even his closest friends are starting to get nervous. And here's where it gets even spicier. Tony Busby, one of the lawyers leading the charge against Diddy, said there could be more people getting dragged into this mess. And when he says shocking names, you better believe he's not talking about no random folks. He's hinting at people close to Diddy, and trust me, it's not looking good. The names that we're going to name, assuming our investigators confirm and corroborate what we've been told, are names that will shock you, Busby said. They know who they are. So, as Diddy's world crumbles, what about Jay-Z and Beyonce? They've quietly stayed mum through the whole thing, which of course has people talking. A second source even told In Touch that there's a lot of whispering about what the Carters might know. And if the truth ever gets out, well, let's just say it could be really embarrassing. And while we wait for more updates on this crazy situation, why don't you check out our other videos and subscribe while you're at it? You won't want to miss what's coming next. See you there.